Having integrity when you are buying businesses. In this video, I'll be talking about how it's so important to be an ethical business buyer, especially if you're in it for the long term. Now, having integrity and having good ethics and morals are just a good thing to do as a person, of course. People always respect people, or they look more favorably upon people who have good morals and ethics and have integrity when they do business. Now, this does not mean that you have to be soft. It means you can be very firm. Because remember, integrity and respect are two essential essential characteristics that you need to bring to the business table. Because those people who act with good high ethics and morals, but also are firm in their business decisions, get the best results overall, and they're able to have a long-term business career. And when you're working in business acquisitions, what you need to do is you need to develop a persona and develop a reputation in the marketplace that you are fair and you are a good person to do business with, but people respect you, that you're out there to get a good deal. So people will be able to say, right, this person, if I'm going to sell my business to them, then I have to be competitive in how much I'm going to ask for my business. But I know that this person is a good person and they're going to deal with me fairly and they're not going to screw me over or scam me in any way. So having integrity in business acquisitions really goes far. Now, what happened is, for example, when you become known in your industry for someone who, number one, can get deals done, ultimately in business acquisitions, you'll find many people that they go into business acquisitions, but they can never complete an acquisition. So once you've completed 1, 2, 3, 5 business acquisitions, and you get known as someone who can get deals done, then that automatically puts you on a higher playing field than anyone else in your marketplace. So people will start coming to you to sell their business. Now, that's what happens to me now, because people know that I can get deals done and they come to me and say, right, this is my business. And if you're interested, I'm happy to have that conversation. So we get incoming deal flow now. I don't have to do outreach to get deals. And of course, I'm always doing outreach, but I don't have to do outreach, and I can rely on some incoming deal flow to myself. Now, the other thing is that people also, they're over time, especially, you can never make a first impression twice, right? It's really easy to mess up that first impression that you have with the owner, and it still happens to me now. So sometimes, for example, if a business seller comes to me and they're not open to having a good conversation about business acquisitions in terms of value for me, then I'm not willing to entertain that. And sometimes I just shut them down straight away, and therefore they're not going to do business with me, right? It's happened to me. In fact, there was one business that I actually really liked, and I, made an offer which kind of offended them. Then they said that they don't want to deal with me anymore. Now that happens to everyone, of course, but I wasn't in any shape or form being unethical in the way I was doing business. And for the vast majority of people that I do business with, they know that I deal with morals and ethics, and that's why you should do the same thing, because then people are willing to deal with you, people are willing to do business with you, and they're bringing you deals, they're bringing you deal flow, they're bringing you employees, they're bringing you subcontractors, they're bringing you partners, they're bringing you investors and finances. So it's really, really important that you deal with integrity. And also, that means not just with business sellers, but also investors, because when investors are willing to give you money, then you're essentially a custodian for the time period until you return that money to them with a return on their equity. Then you're the custodian of that money for them. You're the custodian of that money. So therefore, that you need to act with integrity, that right, this person has trusted me with their investment, with their money that they took all this time to earn, and therefore if I put it into this business acquisition, am I able to return that? Now, of course, all things happen in business and it's higher risk than something like property, for example, but as long as you've done the right thing, you can sleep easy when you at the end of the day say, right, I haven't done anything wrong, and anything that might have happened was out of my control. And that's the other thing. If you deal with integrity in business, then you are generally someone who can sleep easy at night. You'll always have a peaceful night's sleep. So that's really, really important when you're doing business acquisitions. Deal with sellers with morals and ethics and integrity, deal with investors with integrity, deal with your partners with integrity, deal with your employees with integrity as well. So I say is that when you're looking at how you're dealing with people, look at how you deal with people who are subordinate to you. And if they like the way that you deal with them, then you're doing the right thing, because those people who are, either your peers or maybe they're a little bit more senior than you, then it'll be easier to deal with them. And generally, people normally deal with their seniors in a better way. Now, if you're a business acquirer, there are very few people who are senior than you, right? You are one of the most senior people in the marketplace. So you need to remember that as well. Remember, the good, just leader is always going to have a better impact on their organization and their business if they are good and just. But that doesn't mean not to be cutthroat. You should always be cutthroat as well. So just remember, when you're doing business acquisitions, be fair, be firm, and get deals done.